Welcome to My on Mondays, an explorative approach to the possessive my through narratives, art, and sound. Each Monday brings a new creation and unique perspective. My on Mondays is brought to you by MING Studios, a contemporary art space and international artist residency program dedicated to the exhibition, experience, and exploration of arts and culture. Along with exhibiting artists from around the world, MING also serves the community by hosting innovative programs including performances, workshops, screenings, readings, artist talks, and other cultural activities. For more information, or if you'd like to participate in My on Mondays, you can visit our website at mingstudios.org. Hello, and welcome to the 84th episode of My on Mondays. My guest today is Rafi Munz, who has just completed a residency at Searles Place in Garden City here in Idaho. Born in Haifa, Israel, Rafi is a multi-disciplinary artist whose work deals with social, political, and ecological themes. He holds a degree from the Bezalel School of Art in Jerusalem and a Master of Fine Art from the Central School of Arts and Crafts in London. Aside from traveling the world, he currently lives in Givat Ada, which has been his home for over 25 years. So you and I met yesterday for the first time, and in one of our conversations, you talked about the lack of work where you live in Israel. And so I'm wondering, what are the ways that you've survived as an artist over the years?
The way I survive is we talked about the pension one gets with the pension of old age that I get from the Social Security, or what it's called here. Mm-hmm. I can barely live, but from time to time I sell something, or I'm actually living from hand to mouth.
Yeah.
Over 50 or something like that, people don't like to give you a job or anything like that. Mm-hmm. And even voluntary jobs, when they see your age, or when they hear about your age, they don't give it to you. I will be now able in September to teach someplace because the director, the manager, knows me as a teacher, so I'll get the job. But otherwise, it's very hard to come by. It's not only me. I mean, I'm a real oldie, but people of over 50 and 60 are considered veterans.
Yeah. But you said you were able to sell occasionally your artwork?
Very, very occasionally.
Yeah.
Yes, my artwork, or sometimes old clients. I stopped the job of counseling,
Oh.
I was counseling and I went into art. So now if an old client comes and needs a consultation for him or his children, then I do it.
Okay.
I hate to do it for the sake of money. Mm-hmm. I mean, I took money for that, but now to do it just for the sake of money is, I don't feel too well about it.
Yeah, understandable. So, and then do the residencies sometimes help financially? Are you able to sell work when you travel for the residencies that you do?
Yeah, not this one, because this one is really, you saw the stuff. This is not exactly sellable, but
yeah.
Longer residencies where also paint a lot, or where the residencies actually pay you to come and give you a tuition for whatever you do, whether you teach or, if you make something for them so you can come back with some money from the residency.
So speaking of your work, one of the things that stood out to me on your website was a section that you titled Cry the Beloved Land. And you said that the quote says, "Traveling amongst torn villages, I stumbled over a few walls that needed recognition." And there's a photograph or a video of you painting some ruins that are in this town. And your decision to paint there seemed very poignant and personal. And I wonder what draws you to paint certain places when you're traveling. Is it an instinctual process for you? And I imagine it depends a lot on...
Is it a word for me? Sorry.
If when you're traveling, when you decide to paint a wall in Israel, it seems like a very personal thing. But when you're traveling and you're coming upon places that are not familiar to you, is it an instinctual process when you decide to paint a space, a wall, or whatever? I imagine part of it is depends on being invited to paint the space, but there also must be some sort of personal feeling toward it as well for you.
Of course. I mean, first of all, I'll talk about this tonight, by the way. Any place, I cannot just, make a sketch at home and come and paint something somewhere. You have to see the site, and you have to get acquainted with the place. And then you do something which should fit the place. This is called site-specific in the artistic jargon. But the idea is that you want to get closer to the society that lives there, to the environment itself. And that's why if a building, for instance, has all kinds of so-called obstacles like windows or pipes or electricity poles or things like that, I amalgamate them in the project itself. It is part of it. I want to be part of that. I don't want to come and, put something there which doesn't belong.
Yeah.
This is the same everywhere. I mean, whenever when I paint a wall in Israel, it's the same thing. The site tells you actually a lot what to do. Sometimes, first of all, you get ideas from that, and you get closer to the place. Doing the duck, the funny duck opposite the entrance to Sarah's place is because there are ducks, walking around just a few yards from there by the river on the green belt. And I made a connection of the former Chinese population here in Garden City, and made a connection of a Peking duck.
Okay.
I call it the Garden City Peking duck. To have a connection to the past, which was Chinese, and they tell me it's called Garden City because there were so many gardens here, and the Chinese maintain them. Now it's gone.
Yeah.
Now we are getting architecture for architects rather, not for people.
Yeah.
which is exactly the opposite of what I'm trying to do.
I wonder, when you talk about what you're trying to do, I love how you title your website Art and Nonsense. And while your work has serious elements, there's a strong sense of play to it. And the professional art world can sometimes be so self-serious. And I'm wondering how you, with your very imaginative sense of play, how you've navigated that. What's been your experience?
You see, I'm trying to be less and less professional, so to say, or technical. This is also a thing I'll talk about tonight, but I'll give you the essence of it. That being professional or being, like a glittering outlook does not interest me. I'd rather be more direct and simple and do whatever comes out, flows out of my hands, and is connected more to my feelings and expression. I express the feelings more by the form and with color, and not by technique. It's not the skill that counts. I rather be de-skilled. Mm-hmm. So this is what I do for quite a few years. And some people come and say, my child can do this. So this is the best compliment I can get. Because children until age 5, usually, or until age 2, when they start to be spoiled by the need to be correct, exact, or doing the thing as they are, as the things as they are. Until then, they do the things as they feel them. And if there is an important to art, I think it's to get connected to people. It's your surrounding, or the company, the people you live in, with people you live with, is what counts, and is what I think any artist, like in music, in dance, in poetry, or whatever, we want to get closer to each other, to be able to express ourselves more. I mean, like, I'll be best if I do what I'm best at, and not trying to find something that somebody else does very well because it suits him. Mm-hmm. If it doesn't suit me, why should it interest me for myself? It should interest me to look or see or hear or listen or feel whatever the other person has to say, and enrich my own, knowledge, spirit, etc.
Yeah, that's beautiful, and I love what you say about it being a way of connecting with other people, and I'm totally in agreement with you on that. It's really beautiful, and so that leads me to my next question, which is, you have done your artist residency at Searles Place here in Boise, and your exhibition, I believe you've titled it My Boise. And so I've heard a little bit about this project, but I would love for you to tell our listeners a little bit more about it.
It interests me to, first of all, get acquainted with the place. And the place is the people, or the people are the place. So I dare choose I've never done that before, but this was the idea of the project, to ask volunteers to tell me, to take me by the hand and be my guides to their Boise. Their Boise means I like to be here, I don't like to be there, this is my favorite, etc., etc. Connected to whatever the person who is my guide, what they are interested in.
Okay.
So there were 5 volunteers, each one a different character, a different person, and each one took me for a day's tour in their Boise. Now, I, of course, am impressed by their Boise from my side, from my point of view, and I want to do something together with them by using whatever their likes or dislikes are, and interpret them my way. And this is what you see on the walls. The actual thing is not to copy or to, double what they are. The idea is that I add my my spices to it, and something new comes out.
Yeah. So it's your experience of their experience.
So it's not their Boise only, it is their Boise with mine combined, giving birth to something which might inspire other people.
Yeah. So your opening is tonight, on Tuesday, May 9th at 7:00, and I really hope we see a lot of people there tonight. I'm sure there will be. And I know I'm looking forward to it. And then you'll be leaving Boise on Thursday. So my last question is for you. What is next for you?
What for me?
What's coming up for you
next
after you leave?
Is landing in hot Tel Aviv and being picked up by by one of my children to the lovely, quiet village I live in. And then, I'll have to get over the jet lag and then start doing my nonsense over again.
Yeah, the basics.
Which means if I'm at home, it's too hot or too cold or rainy or too hot, so I'll probably stay at home and paint or do whatever, or do ceramics at home.
Yeah.
And if not, I'll go on with my searches for outside jobs, so to say, that I give to myself.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Rafi, for speaking with me today. I really appreciate it. And what a beautiful way of connecting with this community. I imagine it's something that you do everywhere you go. And it's certainly been a pleasure for me to meet you and speak with you and get to know you a little bit.
Thank you for listening.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very soon.
Okay. Take care.
I have to brush my shoes.
Take care, Rafi. I'll see you soon.
See you. Ciao.
Bye-bye. Thank you for joining us today. We'll be back next Monday. Tune in.